Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Alright, so, last we left off, you guys left the castle. You planned to leave. You were spending the night at the inn. Sorry. And, you were planning on leaving in the morning, am I correct in that?
Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. So.
Smiling and nodding.
Smiling and nodding. Okay. As you all wake up in the morning, Nox, you have a knock on your door.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose it. Go and answer it, as opposed to the usual grunt and can't come in.
As you open the door, you see a little child, and he says, "I've got a letter for you."
He would look somewhat perplexed and just put his hand out to take it.
He hands you the letter.
Does it notice the bird's gone?
Why would the bird be gone?
He's asking if the mailman notices the text.
No.
Okay.
No. He kind of holds out a hand for like a tip or something.
I suppose Nox would give him a silver?
He grabs it with like disbelief and he runs down the hall.
And Nox
this
turns
isn't
back
the
into his
normal
room
one.
confused. No, this isn't the usual teleporting messenger from the university.
No.
Okay.
No, this
That
is
was-
just if I were to describe him in more detail, I would say he looked more like an orphan. If anything, ragged clothes, not really well kept. That kind of general look. As you open the letter, as you open the letter, it reads, "Dear Nox, meet me south of Fargen, at the coast of the Uncharted Lands. There will be an abandoned village. Meet me in the main building with the bell tower. The cat lady." Underneath her little signature is a little cat paw print. And it says, "P.S. You will be traveling through a rainforest, so prepare accordingly."
He's certainly surprised to receive a letter from her, but not surprised that she's overtaken and ended up on the opposite side of the wasteland. Yeah,
Oh shit.
he would relay that over breakfast.
I was on the wrong screen the entire time. I just noticed as I turned my head towards what everyone else can see.
Sure.
My mistake. Yeah. So. Does anyone want to add anything to this?
I'm just trying to think actually how we'd go about that, because only Zalgin would have any idea who the cat lady is.
Oh, that's true.
Wait.
The rest of you are kind of just following along a little skeptical as to who this person is.
Yeah. Yes. But like, before we were going to go meet them, it was the plan of like, hey, we have someone that we think we should ask questions to. And so I guess Fenrir is just gonna ask and be like, this is our best way to start building up forces? Or are you trying to find out information about the enemy?
Well, the long and short of it is I've been summoned. So I would think it's safe to suspect she has useful information. She usually does.
If you can decipher it.
Yeah, I'm not going to depress them with that little nugget of information.
The other thing is like, I think Fenrir will just like be like, all right, but we are in a hurry. He seems generally anxious.
Well, I will say the letter did come with it's a crudely drawn map. And looking at your own map, from where it is basically directly south. So it's about 6 days travel.
6 days south or 6 days there and back?
6 days directly south. Because remember, every tile in the Uncharted land is 2 days.
Okay, so it'd literally be...
Directly south.
Yeah, 12 days there and back, providing...
Providing that you want to go
went
back.
to plan.
Like, I don't... Like, wherever we think we can get forces, we don't necessarily need to come back here. This is just the most people closest to where I live.
True. Bear in mind, Nox doesn't have a great deal of love or interest in going back in that castle or anywhere near that dude. And you would definitely get that vibe from him.
Yeah, Fenrir is also probably feeling that way. Just kind of, let's leave that as far away and behind us as possible. I shouldn't like being dragged there.
Wait, is that not what you wanted forces to go and deal with?
No, I came to the city, and then I was captured and drugged to the castle. I want forces to deal with what's coming. Ruler says we're going to need armies larger than nations have available to fight what's coming.
Okay, now I'm with you. Yeah, I definitely got my wires crossed there. In that case, yeah, Nox would say this particular individual is knowledgeable on a lot of things, both old and recent. And she's very well connected, so it would certainly be in our benefit to go and see her.
Well, you earned my trust, that's for sure.
And I would imagine if Zalkin was here, he would speak up to that effect.
Aragorn, you coming along?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
An adventure through the rainforest?
An adventure. I love a good rainforest. I haven't been in a rainforest in years. I think the last rainforest was the rainforest of Timbuktu. I can't remember the actual name, but I just made that one up. Anyway, to adventure.
I'm not sure that's made up. I mean, I don't think there's a rainforest there, but I don't think it's made up.
That's all.
Has Fenrir ever been through that section of the Uncharted lands?
Nope.
No.
I never happened to travel that way, but...
So, you both you and Aragar, you're from the Uncharted Land too, correct?
No, I was. I came from the place.
Oh, right. Never mind. I remember now. Okay.
The place.
Yeah,
So-
I'm from here.
I'm trying not
Yeah,
to
he's
say
from the place.
anything while
He's from
saying
the
it.
place.
I'm from the place.
We'll
I'm
just-
from their place.
We'll leave it at
Over
that.
yonder.
place.
Entire
That one.
description of his
Fenrir.
character.
Yeah.
You would know that the rainforest has a lot of goblins in it.
All right, I'll let them know. Goblins are really good at running away. They might steal your purse.
I should raise an eyebrow at that, giving very much the vibe of they can try.
I guess we could fight some goblins. Huzzah. Huzzah.
All right,
Well-
so are we ready to move out? I think to lose more daylight.
I can't imagine that the rainforest will be as hot during the day as the desert, or as cold at night. I dare say.
Had that discussion the last time.
Did we?
Yeah, we did have a pretty lengthy conversation about deserts and temperature with the whole Fahrenheit and Celsius debate.
That's what she had.
Oh yeah, but I'm on about like the
It sounded like you said that we talked about.
Well, yeah, I
the-
know. I'm just
rainforest.
saying we talked about that. I was remembering that we talked about that for a lengthy time with the rainforest, with the deserts.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
So I guess we'll head out.
So it takes you
Yeah.
it takes you about a day to reach the river south of Fargen. Across the river you can see the beginning stretches of the rainforest going further south. This
Outside
river is pretty heavily guarded, all being that there are water wheels constantly turning, providing differences, a range of different modes of functions to Fargen itself, as well as the fact that there are a lot of guards keeping the city safe just in general from outside forces.
And we're just passing by.
Mm-hmm. Fenrir, do you have your hood on?
I suppose if I knew that there would be people nearby, I guess I'd be human, and then there's a little reason to have hood up.
Okay.
Actually, I suppose I probably would anyways, because I don't know if there's still very many hunters around.
And I would
As
imagine
you're-
that Nox would have his hood down to create a distraction from Fenrir, knowing he's a wanted man.
Mhm.
I think I just ended up with your hood.
Yeah,
Pretty
pretty
much.
much.
Yeah, I just took it.
Hoodwinked.
Like, I'm gonna keep this. It's functional.
As you all pass by, you notice a wanted board with a range of posters on them. One of them has your face on it, Fenrir. And it says, wanted dead or alive.
Is it inconspicuous enough to look at it, or is this like passing by a huge crowd of people to go look at the poster closely?
It's mainly just an empty, it's mainly like posted right next to like the trail going
Okay,
into
so
the
I can
city
look at it closely without it being suspicious or getting any close looks.
Yes.
Okay. Who put it up? Like, who's offering the reward and how much?
The silver dagger.
Okay. I presume the money is reasonable.
Or offensive.
Like, is it like an absurd amount, or is it like, this is how much they normally put up for a werewolf?
5,000 gold, which is their usual offering.
Okay.
Okay.
So it is.
If we
just
come across
normal,
another
and
werewolf, they're done for.
Does it mention details like is a werewolf, or is it super vague and not very helpful?
No, it's super vague.
Okay.
It's super vague. It says if you happen to see or know of any information about this individual, contact the Silver Dagger. It does say that you are armed and highly dangerous. What'd you say? You cut out there.
Okay. Deciding if I should just keep this one or leave it there.
Are there guards in like the immediate vicinity of this?
There are guards a little bit ways away, kind of just patrolling.
I'm not particularly scared about like this one, making the biggest difference. I presume there are more than one. But like, do I want to have this, or do I very specifically not want to have this on my person? What do you guys think? He'll look over to you guys, give you a chance to just have a glance.
How good is the likeness?
It's a rough likeness, but I would say if someone were to look very hard, they would be able to recognize him. But at like an immediate glance, you wouldn't really be able to recognize them.
I wish I had skills at like forgery or something.
Does it have a name?
So much fun with this.
It does not.
So this is a nameless thing for someone who looks kind of like me.
Mm-hmm.
I will not have it on my person then.
Nox would sort of like run his hands across the board as he's reading different things. And as he runs his hand across that, he would cast Produce Flame. Just to briefly scorch across the picture.
Mm-hmm. And you do so. I'm gonna need you to make me a sleight of hand check.
No promises. That is a 6.
Ooh. So there is
Stealth good, sleight of hand, not so much.
What?
Stealth good, sleight of hand, not so much.
As you do it, a guard kind of looks to you and goes, "Hey, what are you doing over there?"
I would look at my hand and say, "I'm sorry, magic behaves very strangely in this land.
Well,
I
knock it off."
lose control of it sometimes."
Just gonna start walking where we were heading with a
Inconspicuous whistle.
Always kill everybody.
Even more inconspicuous.
It's not like you
All the inconspicuous. It's just the most inconspicuous of whistles.
Mm-hmm. All right. As you
heading
continue,
out.
I've actually got the Kill Bill whistling in my head now.
Andrew's gonna be like, "That's annoying, but I suppose to be expected."
Wow.
They kind
You
of
were
just look
recognizing
at
from
both
that
of
one.
you guys and be like, "Actually, I just trust both of you."
as you continue south, you reach into the rainforest. By the time you hit, I want to say, as you've been in the rainforest for quite some time, and as you look up, as you can, you notice that the sun is now setting.
Did you say any of us had travelled through? I mean, obviously Nox hasn't, but had any of the others travelled through this sort of
Apparently, I've
area?
never been here before personally.
Fenrir
Isn't
has
this
not.
kind of on the way to Dragonland?
No.
No,
No. Okay.
we're going directly south as opposed to
West.
southwest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But I would also say, like, once we get away from people, Fenrir starts just walking around hybrid full time.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Alright,
pressed
so it's
for-
getting to night. What are you going to do?
Find a clearing. Make a house.
Alright. It takes you a little while, but you eventually find a clearing. And you make a house. Now this is the first time that Nox and Irigar have both seen this happen. Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Never
for
seen
you.
or heard of such magic from a druid.
What? I didn't understand that.
Basically,
The
Nox
house?
is putting up his not so tiny hut using his forbidden magic from sacrificing Dante to a demon. And
Amazing.
this is the first time that Erigar and Fenrir would have seen him do this. And it would take him an hour of preparation. So he would suggest to you guys that you look around for food or supplies, and he will make camp. And say no more than that.
Can I?
You're pretty happy with this, but does this kind of magic make Fenrir do much of anything at all? It doesn't seem like particularly druidic magic, but he's also not used to magic in general.
You can tell that this is not magic by the fact that Nox has to actually kind of stab himself or in some way harm himself and able to like draw blood in order to do this.
Yeah, I'd say he uses his like claw-like nails to scratch lines into his forearms, and then you would see him like tracing runes in the air with the blood from the nail, but the runes stay hovering in the air.
Does Fenrir care about that at all?
I mean, it's not magic
it's not magic.
that you've
right.
seen at all,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look holy in any manner.
I mean, neither does Nox.
So very true.
Horns, glowing eyes, fangs, hooves.
If his crime is being
Claws.
weird, Fenrir is going to be the last to judge.
But you can
Okay.
see in the calm way that he does it that there's no malevolence to it.
Strong. Cool. I've never heard of such magic from a druid. He says with no other intention whatsoever. Just, ooh, that's interesting.
Nox would, while still concentrating, say, I'm not a normal druid. Neither am I a normal creature, for that matter.
Wow, that's judgment from me.
Besides, it gives us a safe place to rest.
Very convenient. Well made. So I guess we'll get some food together and have a good night.
As you enter this, I will describe it again. As you enter if you enter the house, you notice that to your left are like hammocks that are in the air, and to the left looks to be like a bonfire with some like seats in there, and it's all very furnished and everything. In the room with all the beds, you can note that there was some hay left over within the house. And maybe some sticks in a corner.
Fenrir gets all excited about hammocks and says that he's never been in one of these before.
Knox would advise caution. Over-enthusiasm in a hammock tends to lead to injuries.
He manages to flip over and land on his feet.
Knox would definitely be bemused.
Alright, so you guys go through the night. As morning dawns, who's up first?
Isn't that usually Knox? Oh no, it used to be.
Kak.
Yeah.
Fenrir is a night owl. He would be more comfortable staying up.
I guess it would be me.
Yeah, probably
Yeah,
because
I mean,
Knox
yeah.
tends to wake up in the middle of the night and then go back to sleep again.
Yeah.
Think about how exciting the sunrise is.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He's very like, yes, new shit all the
New
time.
day.
As you wake up and as you exit out of the house, you look around you and you can hear the birds crowing and all forms of life just awakening from their own slumber. And just in the distance to the east, you can see the sun beginning to rise, as you can see it through the actual trees themselves, as it has not reached above the canopy. What do you want to do this fine morning?
I'm gonna go for a jog in like the surrounding area. Just like kind of suss it out. Me and Borealis are gonna go for a jog.
Okay. So you guys kind of go around the encampment just a little bit.
It's a little bit scouting, but like it's mostly
Point out that this is very nice of him, considering that we probably walk 20 miles every day, each day leading up to this.
Yeah, I'm quite impressed.
Oh yeah, I mean,
It's like
well,
Captain America.
It's not impossible. It's perfectly fine.
if
I'm
I'm-
just like, wow, that's really nice of you.
It's impossible.
if I'm being a ranger, might as well do the ranging. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
true. It
If
comes
I'm
from
gonna
the
range, I'm gonna range.
As you begin
gotta
to
range
scout
up.
ahead a bit, you want to roll me some stealth.
Yeah, I can roll.
Healthy jogging?
I think I'm pretty stealthy. It's an 18.
Right. As you get a little bit further ahead, you duck behind some trees as you can hear a small band of goblins approaching the encampment. They're not directly beelining it towards the encampment, but they're kind of scouting out as well.
Well, I mean, I'd go the quickest and quietest way back to the. I'll get on Borealis and ride back. I think it's faster.
Mm-hmm.
I'll double check that.
I believe so.
Yeah, it has a speed of 40. I have a speed of 35. I'm still fast, but it is slightly faster.
Slightly faster. As you reach there, Nox, you have fully awakened at this point, and Fenrir is still snoozing. As Aragar arrives back.
Up already.
I'll just be like, yo, battle. I have found some meddling goblins in the forest. I think they wish us harm. We must be great adventurers and take on these monsters.
Do they wish to meddle with us, or do you wish to meddle with them?
They were heading in our direction. They looked goblin.
How long till they arrive?
How long until they arrive? About 10 minutes.
I would say about like 10 minutes.
No time to dismantle the hut.
Well, I guess we'll have to defend our home.
Well, I have
For
plenty
a
of
night.
weapons here. Wake Fenrir. I'll grab some things.
Hello, Fenrir. I have brought you berries from the forest. Can I roll survival for that? I have good survival, but like...
Sure, go ahead and roll survival. Let's see if you got poisonous berries.
No,
Hey, 18.
No, you got
I was
you
gonna
got
say,
some good
I
berries.
thought rangers could automatically gather food.
I mean...
I think Outlanders do. I'm not sure if Rangers do.
Yes, that's Outlanders, Abandoned to the Wild, stuff like that.
I think Rangers automatically double whatever they get.
That sounds about right, actually.
That, yeah, I got a basket of berries. Oh no, I was riding through with a basket of berries.
Okay.
You're a regular
no.
Red Rider.
Fenrir slowly wakes up until he suddenly startles and then flips over again, still somehow landing on his feet.
Amazing.
Like, you got something for me?
Yes, these are blueberries. Bucket? Blueberries?
Blueberries?
Is it?
I will
They're
look at
berries
them
and they're
see if they look edible.
They're not blueberries. They're just blueberries. Blue, berries.
They are blue-colored berries. I don't know
Berries
the
are
name
blue,
for
they're
them.
very
I just
sad.
know they're blue and they're berries, and you can eat them.
They taste kind of bitter, but they're okay.
They're food.
They taste
Okay.
like
They're food.
Finro will accept them, and he seems more happy that he was offered a gift than of what it was. Like, oh, thank you, Aragorn. Are we ready to head off soon?
Well, there will be some goblins approaching, so prepare for combat.
I brought you some berries. Now get ready to fight.
To adventure! Huzzah!
You have berries, so now you have something to defend. Protect the berries.
Protect the berries and protect the home. Yes.
So hopefully we
must
can
protect
scare them off before they think their number is giving them any advantage.
Well,
Nox would grab fistfuls of javelins, which he has in like ready-made weapon racks against the walls.
Are they charging as if to attack?
Can we skip to the... Are we gonna skip to the battle, or should we have to wait
Well,
10
Fenrir
minutes?
asked you a question.
Oh, my bad. I mean, I guess we could go attack them, or we can
Just
wait
so
for them to come here.
bloodthirsty.
It's I don't know. Whatever.
It's not
You know
even
what?
necessarily a
Fine.
fight situation.
Let's go. We can skip this completely for sure. I need some violence for my adventure.
I would hope that we can avoid using as many resources as possible, but I will accompany you. He'll head out.
Yes.
Aragar can probably handle this. We can just. Sure.
Oh yeah, just me against all the goblins.
You're the one who seems so eager for the battle.
I want to test out this fight stuff. I guess.
Depending on what they have, I might be able to take on all of them.
Oh jeez.
But that's
I'll just
because
start a
of,
forest
you know,
fire
logistics
and send them running.
problems, and they can't hurt me more than any OP thing.
That's true.
All right.
Like not.
Maybe
yeah.
they've come for your bounty.
Yeah, the worst part would be they just steal my stuff.
Can you imagine, like, a horde of goblins, like, drag a werewolf up to the city, and they're just like, "We brought you this, pay us," and then they just kill the goblins too.
Oh no.
That's exactly how you're gonna die.
They finally turned over an honest living.
And then they die for it.
That's why they're all bad.
Alrighty.
This criminal
As the
justice-
goblins approach the hut, they are very cautious of that fact. Nox, are you outside or are you inside still?
I would be stood outside the front door.
They
A bit.
look at you more cautionary. They're not striking first, but they've got weapons drawn, bows drawn, ready to like fire at any second, kind of just strapped
Nox
in.
would put his handful of javelins that he's holding against the wall, and rest them against the wall, and then step forward without the weapons and sort of look at them. Just not say anything, but just like look at them.
Do you know Goblin?
Fenrir,
I don't know.
They speak to you in a garbled language that you do not understand.
Nox would reply in common and say, "Do you speak the common tongue?"
Very little.
What do you want here?
We saw smoke. We come investigate.
We were just camping for the night. We're soon to be on our way.
Out of the forest.
To the big water.
So you wish to pass our lands.
I see this land is spoken for.
The Tuktuk control this land.
I missed the first part of that.
The Tuktuk control this land.
Oh, that's a cute name.
Fenrir is like gonna step forward. He's currently in hybrid form, not with any weapons other than his claws, and just be like, "We wish to make haste."
Do not approach.
Very slowly.
Foul beast.
I didn't catch that fully. Am I supposed to react to that?
He said, get back. Like, don't approach.
Okay. I didn't pass Knox. I just
Like,
probably
stepped out the
got closer
doorway.
to him.
Yeah. The movement is more of what frightened him, that there was someone behind you, Knox, than
But there's no one.
than Fenrir actually approaching.
Will you allow us to pass through your land?
What do you have? Trade for passage.
Weapons.
To be fair, I do have an absolute ton of carved weapons in the hut.
Yeah, but Fenrir is like offering up just basically his equipment. It's the ultimate.
Fair enough.
He'll
You're
take out
offering
his-
up
his
what? I'm
great
sorry?
sword. Fenrir is basically offering up the weapons he has. Like, he'll like take his greatsword, still sheathed, just off his belt, and like hold that out.
We no need weapons. We have plenty.
Worthless.
Worthless.
He'll put it back on. Then what do you ask?
Jewels. Or, and he points towards Borealis, the beast.
What was the first one?
Oh, that would be the wrong choice.
What was the first one?
Yeah.
Like gems or like valuables type of thing.
The sword I offered is worth 50 gold.
They don't want weapons though. Like money type of thing.
Yeah, they
Or
want
They
like
want the
actual
shine.
like diamonds or things like that.
It wants the shiny.
Shiny.
Weapon can be traded for money. This is like, I don't want cash, I want donuts.
Are we
They're not
thinking-
that intelligent, okay?
And I can't imagine there's much trade opportunity in the middle of the jungle.
I actually feel like weapons are better than gold then. Because they have value and use.
Listen, they're not that intelligent, okay?
In that case, Fender is gonna like bring that up, that sword can be traded for
Persuasion check.
valuables.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
Sure.
Try to persuade them. Attempt to.
He is talking nice and slow because he has to. That's a required flavor. 9.
Persuasion is a what? Charisma?
Oh wait, let me actually check something. Actions.
They go, you
I always
may be
forget my-
right, but gods will kill us on entry. No gold then, only death.
True, if you have gold.
We touch it, we hoard it. It is precious.
Then prepare yourselves for a battle, you bandits!
It's okay.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Are you going to
And I
throw
pull out
into
my
the
bow. I'm gonna shoot the one that's talking in the face.
Go ahead and make an attack.
I can imagine Nox just stood there while Fenrir stood next to him talking, and then an arrow just flies between them straight into the face of the one Fenrir was talking to.
Well, let's see if it hits him in the first place. Go ahead and roll.
Rangers rarely miss.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, you definitely hit.
Also, I'm adding favorite foe on this. I'm adding favorite foe on this attack.
Okay.
So that's an extra d6 of damage. And then if it hits. Yeah.
Yeah, do the goblins have like prepared
So yeah,
attacks?
that was with. So that's 23 damage to the goblin.
You
Still alive?
outright shoot it in the face, and it drops dead.
Oh, the headshots.
I'm gonna have you all roll for initiative,
And laugh.
please.
Whoa!
Nox would just slowly turn over his shoulder and just look at you.
We must fight
Yeah,
these
Fenrir thought it was
bandits.
hilarious. He was already starting to not like this guy.
I mean, it was heading this way anyway, but
Wait, so where's the one I killed?
The red X.
Oh, okay. Cool.
dead on the floor.
Exactly.
That's
All right.
not a red egg, that's blood oozing out.
Exactly.
I can get a 23.
A
It's
23.
important because yeah.
I got a 10.
Let me restart this really quickly because I already did it. Auto roll. Fenrir, you got a what?
23.
23. Okay. I need to assign this one to be a 0 so that I know which one died. And I can just kill it outright because I'm not going to go back and edit the entire thing because that'll take longer. Alright, Fenrir, your turn.
Alright, how far away are they?
You are
Someone-
roughly. Give me 1 second. Oh shit.
He's within 30 feet of
I
us.
lost
Or
track.
he can get to
What the
the.
hell?
He can get to the square. He
you
can get to
can
the square in front of one of them. He can get to me.
You can get to melee range.
There we go.
Yeah.
What weapons do they have on their person right now?
So there is one directly in front of you that has a short sword. There is one slightly farther behind it that has a bow. And then those are the two in front of you. There's one to your left a bit that's also further back who has a bow, and then there's one in front of Nox that has a short sword out.
Can I get into melee range of the two in front of me? Can I get into melee range of both the short sword and the bow?
I believe
I have movement at speed of 35.
you would be able to get in melee range of the short sword, but not the one of the bow.
Yeah, that would be 40 feet.
Yeah, that'd be
Okay.
40. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
All right.
Go up there. He will attack with his bite, I believe. Oh, yeah, bite.
All right, go ahead
That's
and bite.
21 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Gonna roll damage, and I'm also gonna do a disarming strike.
I think with your damage, you're just gonna kill him. Yeah, you killed him outright.
10. Oh, okay. Darn.
Got so many tabs open.
I guess in that case, I will item interaction, just pull out my longbow and shoot at the guy furthest from me.
Okay.
Why not?
Go ahead and roll to attack.
17 to hit.
That hits. And you kill it.
10 damage. Okay. And as a bonus action, can I hide where I am?
Not really. It's mostly just
Cool.
a flat planed area. So there's nothing to really
Where-
hide behind.
What kind of, like, you want me to get out of sight before doing hide bonus actions and actions, I assume?
Well, ideally, to have the ability to hide, you would have something that you would be able to remove yourself from sight for a moment that would allow you that ability. But you don't have
Okay.
anything in your vicinity.
Yeah, that's fine. I just was saying in general, to be able to use the hide action, you want us to break line of sight.
Yeah.
That's a good way to do it. Okay, one moment. I'll action surge. I'm gonna just shoot it 2 more. So the next furthest away.
Okay.
14 to hit.
You do not hit.
Wow. Try again.
Okay.
12 to hit.
You do not hit.
Cool.
I love how
for-
you did not initiate the combat, and yet you've already killed 2 of them.
He is fast to react.
All right. It is Goblin turn. They are going to take out their short sword, approach you, Fenrir, and are going to attack with a... Oh, sorry, it's a scimitar, not a short sword.
A scimitar. Cool.
That is a 21 to hit,
That hits.
and that is 8 damage.
Slashing damage.
Yes.
I'm immune.
Well, good for you. I thought that was only
Awesome.
in your beast form, though.
No, it's in every form. It's even in human form by base. think
I
you
thought we
special
made
thing.
it so that it was only in your beast form.
No, you didn't. You said hybrid or beast, but like, I don't know. Do you want me to walk around in beast form instead?
I mean, that would be quite frightening.
Like whatever, like
Okay.
like whichever one gets it, that's just what I'm gonna be walking around in.
Mhm.
So.
As it strikes you and you and it sees that it doesn't do anything, it says something. Do you know Goblin?
No.
That you do not understand in a garbled language to the other goblin behind it.
Would it like to disengage as a bonus action? Or
Okay. And now it is the other goblin's turn. The other goblin is going to drop the arrow it was holding and take out a slightly more shiny arrow of a silver tone. And it's going to aim straight for you. And I believe you're in range still, right? Yeah, you're totally in range.
If it's a long bow, yes, you're always in
It's
range.
a short bow.
Even so, it's like the entire screen, probably.
That's an 8. It fails, and it just hits the floor right, like, yards in front of you. Alright, it is now Nox's
Yeah,
turn.
longbows hit everything.
Yeah, long bows.
Nox's turn.
Nox is gonna look at the one at the back that just fired the shot and think, well, I suppose it'd be useful to have a guide. And he's gonna cast sleep on it.
It has to roll a what again? I don't remember.
I think you have to
I
roll
don't
things
think-
first. Right?
Yeah, so I roll first, which is a. I really wish they made sleep easier to cast.
Wait,
on roll 20.
don't you have to do the casting check first?
That's what we were doing. That's the only thing that's
Oh,
wrong. I assume. Oh wait, yeah, no, it's also based on health. It's no saving throw.
Still going to see if it'll succeed. 14.
14 succeed.
13 on the D100.
Give me 1 second to roll mine. That's an 11. Okay. We got the good chart today. 13. You regain all expended. You regain all expended spell slots.
Nice. 14 HP to put to sleep.
They are asleep. Is this an area of effect?
A 20-foot
Within the
radius.
area,
So
it
both
puts
of them
the lowest
fall
health to
asleep.
sleep first. Nice.
Both goblins that were
And-
still alive fall asleep.
And Nox would just like casually stroll forward as he casts this
Mm-hmm.
to stand
I
like
love
between.
how I wanted to fight, and then I just got one shot off, and then nothing.
I mean, you killed them with your one shot. You literally
and I mean-
Headshot.
Nox
and
would
then-
end the
and then
combat
did
with the
nothing.
same look that he
There the
gave
whole
you at the
time.
beginning of combat.
just staring the entire time, doing nothing. I'm ready. Okay. Oh, they're dead. Oh, they're dead too. And they're dead.
You're impressive, both of you. Senira's gonna take a closer look at the arrow.
Now you have 2 goblins. You take a look at the arrow and you notice that it is silver tipped.
He's gonna be like, annoying. Seems like the goblins are prepared. He'll throw that one to the ground and pick up 3 random arrows from some goblins.
Nox
Yeah,
would pick up the
they have like
Uh,
quivers on their backs, so you just like take them.
Yeah, whatever they
They're
have left. I'll
very.
take their
The
arrows.
arrows themselves are very, very crude. If you shot this at like anything or anyone, it'll break immediately as it hits them.
I'm gonna keep track of that. I just want to refill my quiver. Let's pretend I overfill it a tad in case we ever forget to break the arrow on impact.
Nox will pick up the silver arrow and add it along with any that are on any of the bodies and add them to his quiver.
You get 3 silvered arrows.
Nice.
Figaro looks kind of nervous. He's like, what you need those for?
Well, if the goblins have them, chances are we'll come across something else that can require them.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
How long does
Don't
sleep
worry,
last
they're not for
again?
you. It's a minute, so Nox would set about
Oh, I'll tie them up. I got it.
tying and gagging them, and he would just say to the others, I thought it might be useful to have some guide through this area.
Intelligent.
Unlike these things. could like kick one.
You hear it grunt as it starts to stir awake.
As it sort of wakes up and looks at him, Nox would be like, "So, you were saying?"
Casually in the background, Fenrir has taken it to tearing up one of the bodies. All werewolves have bloodlust, and he's gonna just have some fun. Don't worry, no one can be paying attention. No one has to be paying attention.
The goblin looks in
That's just what
horror.
kind of fun you're going to be having with this corpse.
The goblin looks in horror as you rip apart and devour one of its friends.
So while you're doing that, Nox would look at him and say, "Unless you want to be next, I suppose you could guide us through to the big water?" I'm going to assume you said yes, because you want to live. First sign of trickery, I give you to him.
He happens to look over. He's not really paying attention, but his
It's just
eyes are
perfectly timed.
Perfectly timed as you look over, like like blood all over like your
Just
mouth.
covered in it.
You have like a little bit of like meat like dangling down from like the bottom of your lip, and you're just like,
I'm just gonna look at him and be like, dude, I got you berries. Come on.
I like meat,
Balanced diet.
he says with his mouth full.
I like meat. Oh god. No one else got that but me immediately.
Okay.
Alright, so as you all finish up, I assume Nox, you bring down the encampment.
Mhm.
As you do so,
You guys want to take a short rest while he brings down the encampment?
Oh, I need to roll the damage.
I mean, we can, but I don't.
I get literally all my things back on a short rest. That's why I asked.
Well, I got all my spell slots back anyway.
Yeah, I'm the only one that
I'm not
benefits from it, but it takes an hour anyways.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes an hour to bring down the hut anyways, so.
So
Yeah.
we're will be taking a short rest. That's all right.
I only took 1 damage from taking it down, which was quite cool.
Oh, nice.
Bit different from
Compared to the
putting it up.
10 that was putting it up.
Yeah.
You freaking crit.
I was like, I'm so glad it was that way around.
Anyways, you all pack up, and as you go along, I'm gonna skip forward a little bit. Nox, roll me perception on your guide here.
Insight?
Nope, perception.
21.
As you are all walking along, you notice that there's a thing dangling from his neck. What looks to be a kind of whistle of sorts.
At the earliest opportunity, like, Nox would repeatedly sort of grab him by the back of the neck and sort of like set him back on his feet if he was starting to stagger or slouch or anything like that, or looked like he was going to try and move off quickly. And then one time that he does that, huh?
He's got to keep up with such big legs.
I know, right? So, and then one time that he did that, he would basically take, as he does it, he would do it a bit rougher than usual, and he would grab the cord and snap it off and take the whistle.
As you do so, he kind of looks at you like a oh shit face type of thing.
Was it something that was? I take it I didn't notice it on any of the others because I've only really been looking now. We had 2 alive, right?
We got 2, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Does the other one have one?
Nope.
Okay, interesting. Nox would secure it into a pocket within his cloak. Well, actually, no, he would inspect it first.
As you look at the whistle, this is a hand-carved whistle. Inside, you can hear some rattling as you shake it back and forth.
He would look at the goblin, sort of while the goblin's sort of looking a bit shocked, and go, "You use this to call for help?"
The goblin slightly nods.
Well, guide us well and you can have it back.
He guides you more forward. As you reach now the third night, you find another clearing again. Do you put back up your thing?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I would.
Go ahead and roll that d10.
And I would have him sat next to me while I'm doing it so he can see what I'm doing, with the hope that it kind of intimidates the shit out of him.
Fenris is gonna have casual conversation. I've never been to the rainforest before. I like it. It's a cover.
I prefer the forests, but it's quite pleasant here.
Very damp.
I prefer the skies. They're pretty cool. They're blue. But also the dungeons. They're pretty cool. They're dark.
You are so insightful, my friend.
I believe I am. I believe I am.
What dungeons have you been to?
I saw one. Actually, no, I didn't see anything. It was a little dark. But I walked in and I stubbed my toe on something, and I was like, "Well, that hurt. I should leave." And yeah, that was my dungeon experience.
Such dedication to the cause.
I mean,
Nox says
it
while
was
cutting open his arm in order to make a house. They're like, that was enough.
It's just good to get that experience, you know. You gotta get there and you gotta understand the situation. And I saw the situation is that I couldn't see, so I didn't go. But it was dark, so I liked it because it was unknown. Have you ever seen anything unknown?
I believe I'm looking at it.
You are a very funny man.
I do believe I am.
Do you want some berries?
And cream.
Where's he get the cream from?
Well,
Just tell me it's not the goblin.
I didn't get it from the goblin. I can say that for sure.
Is Borealis a girl?
No, oh god. That would be so bad. No.
I think it'd be worse if she was a boy.
I'm not milking my dragon. Either way.
whether it's a guy or a girl, it's not from the dress.
Draco milk. Dracolish.
I am not milking the dragon. It's still a baby.
Oh, I like how that's your reasoning.
He'll do it later.
Yeah, it's like it's not because it's
Well,
a dragon,
no, like
because
if
it's young.
if it's an adult drake, right, and it has
And
milk.
it consents. Yeah, got it.
Yes, I can talk to the drake. So if I get a yes, then oh my god, no. You're not
Can we move on?
Yes, please.
Berries, no drink, got it.
The berries are really good. You should try some. Try some berries. Drink the berries. I'll make them into juice.
Fenrir will eat some berries and be pretty happy
Thank you.
about it.
All right. Well, no, I mean this is all just during this short rest, I guess. Or
I appreciate your company, Aragorn. Okay, so we're
I
having
appreciate it.
a long rest then once we get the house up.
Oh yeah. Ooh,
Should someone watch them? Fenrir
I was
says,
gonna-
just casually gesturing towards the goblins.
I'm sorry, repeat.
Should someone watch them? Gesturing towards the goblins.
Oh, okay.
Relatively well tied up, aren't they? Or do we mean during the night?
During the night.
In all fairness, I think with our usual sleep routine, someone's always awake.
Okay, do we want to say that?
Yeah,
I'm cool with
Like-
that.
because Nox will be up during the middle of the night anyway, because he sleeps for a bit, then gets up and sleeps for a bit. And I mean, if any of them fall asleep,
wait,
he'll have
how
a couple of these.
what's the dimensions of the house? Like, what's the length or width?
Oh,
I'd say each end of it is probably there's two like round ends of it, rooms that are probably like 10 foot across with a load of like hammocks sort of strewn across in one of them, and the other is like a sort of benches and stuff around a fire pit with just like a little interconnecting corridor in the middle where the sort of entrance door is.
Could I try? I want to try something. It's with alarm. Like if there's a way I could use that. I know it's for unwanted intrusion, but if they try to leave,
Ring on the
Uh,
front door or on the room that
Could I use-
they're in.
you could
Or,
do
yeah.
it to where you put the alarm, like, because you have to run like a thin thing of like gold around like the entrance.
yeah.
You could
find
do
silver
it so
wire.
that you just do it around them and set the alarm
Okay.
to be anyone who
So-
exits the circle or enters the circle triggers it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Usually it's unwanted intrusion, but we could switch it to if they leave the area.
Well, yeah, because you would like
They're intruding the
you would
rest
just
of the
reverse
world.
the direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Although the components is hilarious that it's just a tiny bell and a piece of wire.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
components
it's
literally
not
just
really a
being-
spell, is it?
Yeah,
It's just
this is-
a little bit of string and a
I mean, it is
tripwire,
magical.
basically. It's
It works on flying. creatures.
and also you can use it for. So I have to do the D20 D100s.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the bit I've been looking forward to.
D20, please.
It's nice to see someone else do it.
I've never
you
seen so much
fast?
magic in this land.
15 on
D100?
the D20. D100.
100.
81.
81. Okay, let me scroll. 81.
Well, let's-
81. For 1 minute, one creature of your choice within 30 feet gains a -1 penalty to attack rolls, damage rolls, and their AC.
This would be really good in
And
combat.
a vague feeling of impending doom. Just use it on a goblin.
Yeah, I'll just use it on the goblin that had the whistle, just to make him even more scared.
Okay.
Like, he can just feel that vulnerability.
For a minute. I rolled on
Oh
the
yeah,
good
guys.
chart
So
today.
we didn't like take all the goblin shit because we weren't interested in carrying that around. Did we leave the captured goblin stuff with all the
Yes.
other dead goblins?
I assumed so.
Yeah.
Well, I took some
they don't-
silver arrows.
Yeah, we took the silver arrows. I took some arrows. Like
Yeah, other than
the
that.
ones we captured, we took their swords and bows away from them and just left it
Mm-hmm.
where we captured them.
Yeah, like I'd say that their like hands are tied behind their back, and I'd say that they're generally gagged when they're not being asked questions specifically.
Cool.
Although
Yeah,
they don't
I just
know
wanted to
common,
clarify.
so
They don't. We
they're
left,
kinda
their
just
stuff behind.
grumbles.
Yeah, but we still don't want them to shout. The Nox would feed them. He's not that mean.
Berries and cream.
I would throw a berry
Yeah, they would
into
get
their
very-
mouth if they could catch.
Oh, there you go.
So
I
really,
give
you're
it
just
to
throwing it
Nox
at
and-
them, and they have the opportunity to feast if they can
Yeah.
catch it.
No, honestly, that's not very me. I'd give it to you and let you do that if you wanted to. Or I gave you berries, so if you want to do, you can take that if you want.
In all fairness, actually, yeah, Nox would probably offer them the berries because he would know by their reaction whether they were poisonous or not.
Any type of food that you try to give them, they kind of veer off a bit because they don't know if you're trying to feed them or if you're trying to poison them.
Why would we try to poison them?
Well, it's a
okay, you don't have to
50-50 for
answer that
them.
'cause they're dumb. But
I mean, they're smart enough to know
Like-
silver works against werewolves. That's something.
Well, that's experience. It's not really intelligence.
I'm surprised they lived long enough to get experience.
like we can repeatedly, if you really want them to eat because you're nice, you can offer them food, and then if they deny it, just eat it yourself, and then do it again.
Yeah, I suppose he would eat a couple in front of them,
But
though he still looks like a demon, so their choice.
yeah, who knows? Maybe you're immune to poison. Like all demons are.
Not all demons are immune to poison.
All demons are immune to poison. Devils are.
There are some demons that aren't immune to poison.
Not in like the core game. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Core game, maybe.
Core
But I
game,
don't
demons
think-
are immune to poison, just like how devils are immune to fire.
Anyways, the night goes on. Nothing eventful happens. As you wake up in the morning, they guide you to the edge of an abandoned village. It is
Is there a clock
very
tower?
run down. What is also pretty notable is that there are coral growing on some of the buildings.
Okay.
And as
Does
you
it
go
look like a human settlement?
deeper in, you can see out in the ocean, parts of buildings sticking out from the water.
Does it look like a medium-sized creature settlement or a small creature settlement?
Like human-sized. And this is
Rear might
old,
go back
like,
to looking more
old.
humanish.
So, does there appear to be a bell tower?
Yes.
I believe I was told to rendezvous at a bell tower in an abandoned village by the coast.
Yes.
Is this where we were heading?
I do believe so. And he would point towards the tower.
Well, it is
Wow.
attached to a church. But there is a
I
bell
did not
tower
expect
to
to
it.
be guided so honestly.
Yeah, I think at this point, Nox would say, well, they held up their end.
Fenrir shrugs.
And he would untie one of them, but not both of them, to see how the first one reacts to being untied.
The one with the whistle or the one without the whistle?
Well, neither of them have the whistle because I have the whistle.
Well, I mean, which one? The one who had the... Fine. The one who had the whistle or the one who didn't have the whistle?
The one who had the whistle.
Okay. You untie his bindings, and he kind of looks up at you and doesn't really move. Kind of just sits still.
Nox would nod to Fenrir and nod towards the other goblin. Hoping that he doesn't think, kill him.
Yeah, he'll just like release him, but he'll literally just like let the guy go, and he'll still be tied up. Just like, oh yeah, go join him. You can untie each other.
And then
The other one doesn't even acknowledge the other goblin. It just runs out into the jungle again.
Inside. Fun.
Nox would look back at the remaining one and pull the whistle out of the little pocket, and he'd sort of study it briefly, sort of making mental notes of like what it's made of and things like that. And then he would hand it to the goblin.
The goblin would take it and bolt in the other direction.
Fair enough. Kind of what I expected.
Fenrir's gonna like look at the other two as like, just with his bearded face, and it's like, were they seriously not together?
No honor among thieves.
All right.
But honor among princes?
As you go into the church, you can see that this was a church more in tune to what the churches are like everywhere else in the world. There are ruined pews, there is an altar, there are religious symbols kind of everywhere. Along the walls are different religions. At the front of it is a different religion. Like, everywhere you look is a different altar to a different religion. But everything
I'll glance around for one for Euler, I guess.
is all run down. There is not.
That makes sense.
Does Nox recognize any of the deities?
Yes. And you recognize most of them being Zeus, Odin, Hercules.
So ones that we see around the university.
Yeah.
Strange.
Are we early?
I would never have expected to see these deities down here. How
That
old
is
this
because this place is very old.
place?
As the
He would
lady
turn around.
kind of approaches you all from the front to the building.
Nox would look to the other two and say, "This was my contact who beckoned us here."
Fenrir
Hello.
is shocked. He was shook that someone snuck up behind him, and now he is shook that that you wanted to meet an old lady in the middle of a run-down town in a rainforest.
Now, as you two look upon her, she is not wearing her normal garb. Nox. She's not wearing her normal, just she's wearing more traveling clothes. She has a full-blown, like, jackets on. She's wearing, like, pants. She has, like, a blue kind of shirt on. She has a scarf covering her neck as well as the lower part of her face. She's wearing black gloves, and she's wearing some pretty heavy looking leather boots.
Okay.
You can see her brownish graying hair as it's all bunned up behind her, like behind her head. It's all like put into like a bun.
When she came and met us in, what was the name of the place in the bottom right? Kingdom Evolve?
Mm-hmm.
When she came and met us there, was she dressed like this, or was she dressed in her usual garb?
No, she was dressed in her usual garb.
So we've never seen her dressed like this before?
No.
Okay, Nox would remark then. Unusual to see you clad so. Because of the travels, or some other purpose?
The travels mainly. It is very hard getting about these days.
Without magic.
Well, yes, that's true. Even the cats are somewhat affected.
What?
Yeah, Nox would sort of lean slightly close to her and say, just so you're aware, you may want to keep the cats away from this one.
But the
And
cats...
sort of like raise his eyebrows slightly.
The cats don't very much mind the werewolves.
Yes, but he might like them.
They can fend for themselves.
I do not doubt.
Trust me, when you have cats like mine, they know how to defend for themselves.
So what?
Luckily, Fenrir heard none of this. He's just been confused.
So what brings you down here, and why this of all places to meet? He would say, sort of like looking around at the sort of what I'm guessing is a ruined church, with like coral formations throughout.
It was the safest place to meet. On my way here, whilst I am able to travel very quickly without magic, I did notice some evil that has graced a rather sacred door.
Oh.
Nox, you know what door this was.
Is this the one that, like,
Had all the things.
had the carvings in it and had the like sockets for three different objects, like a pyramid, a cube, and a sphere. And there was magic carved into it that was broken, that caused the wild magic within this land.
oh, okay.
Yes, I think you were absent for that session, but you were
Yeah,
there and your
sounds like
character witnessed it.
Okay. I did not know significant things went down.
Mm-hmm.
I shall retroactively educate myself. But now I will smile and nod and go, yes.
Yes. There are multiple matters to discuss. Lord Patton. He is the key to everything. I have finally discovered, after all these months trying to find out who is responsible for all this. he is the one who is responsible.
Does that name ring a bell to Nox?
Did he announce himself?
He didn't announce himself, but obviously Nox found him familiar.
So the name sounds familiar. You wouldn't put two to two together immediately
Okay.
until she says her next sentence, which is, "Him and his black castle, I swear, will be the death of this world."
Yeah, Nox would visibly react to that comment and say, "We were there days ago."
You're lucky you got out.
Don't I know it? He would glance back at the others and say,
He captured us in some magic. I don't even know how it's possible in this land.
he would sort of mutter under his breath, Blizzard wanted to fight the madman.
You mean the dragon?
Yeah, it's scales. As in the Dragonborn Blizzard.
Okay. That just cracks me up.
He wants to differentiate from the actual dragon that he carries around.
Well, it isn't unheard of. Dragonborn are quite ferocious in their own rights.
Well, he's certainly capable in combat, but that's not a match I wanted to take part in.
Nor should you, as he is near invincible at the moment.
And I can't help but feel he has some kind of power over me.
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Nox would look visibly relieved.
He once did, though. I will tell you that.
I felt as much by just the dread I felt when I saw him. I didn't recognize him exactly, but I knew.
Yes. Like I said, though, he is near invincible at this point. At this point, no one would be able to kill him. Not even I. And that's saying something.
Yeah, Nox would raise his eyebrows at that.
Finger's gonna lean over to Aragar and whisper, "She is some kind of great mage?"
My dear child, I am one of the most powerful witches in this land. Even the gods vow me as their equal. View me as their equal, but mortal.
She makes a great cup of tea, too.
I do make a
She sounds
killer
like-
cup of tea.
Tea does not sound very adventurous.
Tea is always
Try.
adventurous.
I beg to differ.
And I beg to see where you came from.
Over that way. And I will
Uh-huh.
just point.
That might fool the average people, but I am not.
I came from a land that has pretty cool stuff. I mean, there's all sorts of people, and we do cool things, and I think you should go there sometime.
We've
I
been
have
there
a feeling
before.
I've already been.
Are you secretly a dragon?
No. Not only your kind can traverse through the borders. As I said before, the gods view me as their equal. How else do you think I am able to traverse.
Probably walking. You have some good feet right there. I think tea gives you some more energy, doesn't it? It's I'm
Tea
not sure I have.
is amazing. You should have tea more. Anyways,
I
Second.
think I know a guy named
I seem
Timor.
kind
Anyway,
of frustrated at the moment and be like, no more games. What kind of abilities makes you think we're on par with Uller? What do you know?
I know many things. I do not know everything, for I do not claim to. But I have lived a mere 4,000 years, and in that time have gained the knowledge and have gained more and more power as I've trained myself.
You know, you could have led with that.
You call us here, I presume, to because you had knowledge, and you are so wise. I presume you know of the battle coming.
I do.
How should we prepare?
Well, as I said before, Lord Patan, I chose a really, really obscure name. Why the hell did I do that?
Lord P.
I am kicking myself in the butt right now for choosing this name. He is who you should focus on. Do not worry about the dragons dying or anything like that. That's being taken care of by outside forces.
the dragons are going to undie.
Yes and no.
Well, which is it?
Damn.
I'm gonna be able to see the dragons again.
Yes. Maybe when
Oh, yeah,
you're
you hear that?
100.
Yeah.
Boy, he goes after things he won't make.
I have specific instructions to, like, get an army for a battle, right? Or were they vaguer than that?
They were more vague, but that's what you gathered from that.
I guess I'll just respond then, like, Uller insisted we need an army to fight this battle. Preferably multiple.
Uller is right. If the demon prince is revived. What I'm talking about is stopping it before that happens.
Sounds preferable.
Sounds
Doesn't
risky.
it? It isn't that risky when you know who's responsible. A single target
It's
on the
risky
mind.
if it comes at the cost of preparation.
Don't worry. Preparation's on its way, however, one is being quite unfortuitous. The headmaster has become corrupted. In some manner. I do not know why, but he has. Nox, I will say this though, he is not targeting us. If you return back, just agree with anything that he puts forth.
We're not to let on that we know.
Exactly.
I see.
Is he also some great mage?
No. He is a normal twat who thinks he knows everything.
He's a
So a king.
significantly skilled artificer, though.
That is true.
But he is no
Wait,
use.
do I know what artificer is?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
The classes are all the same. You know of all the classes.
Cool bean.
Okay.
Magic.
So I still am not certain about your plan, but if I'm to pray on it more, perhaps some more details. How do you plan to have us stop someone you previously described as unstoppable?
He is protected by his legion. 5 well-trained soldiers, all powerful enough in their own right, but significantly weaker than he is. In battle, he is able to draw from them strength, able to heal his wounds, and become practically invincible to any mere foe. There are 5 of them. Currently, I know the whereabouts of one of them. They are within the kingdom of Ulv. The last I heard, he was in Frey Valley, a small village close to the border of the Uncharted Land. Although that was weeks ago, I do not know if those rumors are still true.
You know as well as we do, it's not easy to get in and out of the Kingdom of Ulv.
No, it is not. Which is why I believe he is still within the kingdom itself.
So if we would track these down, not only would it weaken his forces, but it might even slow down or halt his coming.
Without
The Demon King, that is.
Without Lord Patton's legion, he would have no strength to draw upon. Therefore, he would be killable.
It would cripple him.
Exactly.
If we went through and tried to find these servants and took them out one by one, would you raise an army in my stead?
As I've said, that is already being done by outside forces.
Forgive me if I do not trust outside forces.
Outside forces connected to myself, my sisters.
Well,
Fenrir seems in thought. He seems considering things.
Nox would vocalize that he would literally say, if you say it's being handled, then I trust it's being handled.
It is. I believe you met one of my sisters before, Nox, the traveling witch, as she is known.
Genuinely thought they were the witch. I do believe
Wait.
so. In my wood, in my forest.
Yes. She is helping with the preparations.
Wait, I have
You have that much
a,
of your trust in it?
I have a question, and I don't know if it would be known by the characters, but is this like Baba Yaga? What's her name? Tasha?
Well, the traveling witch did have a walking house.
Yes.
So are either of these Baba Yaga or Tasha?
No.
Because Tasha showed up once in Last World.
She did.
So, yes. I was just wondering if this was
She showed up in the last campaign because the book just came out and there were new subclasses and you all showed a lot of interest in them. So I put her in there in a quick little tidbit so that you guys would be able to switch to those new subclasses if you so wished.
Nice way of doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just curious if she had, because she's witches and all that, but she did say
She is not one of them. No.
she's not Baba Yaga.
No. If you
Like
remember,
above-
the traveling witch was a gnome. And she had a Goliath as a servant helping her.
Yep. That was it, yeah. And when we woke up, the house was gone.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is this city that the only one she knows of was last seen at?
Oh my days.
Give me 1 second. I can figure that out.
About a month's travel, I reckon.
Henry will be like, I'm growing
So
more
it would
accustomed to this
be.
plan.
Wait 1 second. It would be. 7. So that would be 14.
Doubled.
It would be 21 days.
I'm
Total.
growing more accustomed to this plan, but the trail may be fairly cold if it's 2 weeks old now and nearly a month's travel to get where they were last seen.
I would
I'm not
imagine.
saying we can't do it, but it might be difficult. I worry about finding 5 before it's too late.
No one
There is
said that the road ahead was not going to be difficult. I have more investigating to do, however, I do believe one of the Legion is behind the headmaster's corruption. Although I do not have nor proof of that, nor anything to
You have
cement
no inklings
that
of one closer to
suspicion.
here?
So I would rather you focus on some more concrete evidence.
I believe if we went into the Kingdom of Olv and I made myself known, they may very well come to us.
That is where you are
If that is a
wrong.
strategy that will work on all of them, perhaps we could do it wherever we go.
The Legion's not concerned with you, Nox. As far as they've concerned, they've replaced you already.
I thought that the Lord was looking to eliminate me.
If he has, there is no easy way for him to communicate out with the rest of the world, albeit that most magic doesn't work here. So it is very
Well,
unlikely that they know as of right now. Give
Well, I
it
do have
maybe a month or two, and I would say that yes, they probably will know of you.
It would take us that long to get
Shortly
there.
after we arrive.
It would, but getting a message into the Kingdom of Ulv from the Uncharted Land is more difficult than you think.
Well, I do have other business I would like to attend to in the Kingdom of Olv, so I'm not loath to return. Besides, once we do manage to get inside, travel within the kingdom itself is relatively swift, as I recall.
Yes, it is.
If the druid pressed you to handle the army, then I will go along with this plan. It is helpful, at least in some way.
Yes.
Plus, it'd be nice to return to land where I can use my magic efficiently.
Yes, that is something that I will be working on, whilst also gathering information for you. Take this, and she hands you all a small, almost the size of like a marble, but a little bigger, like a small orb. It is clear and it looks to be made out of some sort of crystal. And she says, I will be able to communicate to you through this, one of the many artifacts that are able to work throughout this land. If I come
we use
across
this-
any new information, I will inform you.
Can we use these to communicate with each other, or just...
Unfortunately, it is one way, and she holds up like a larger crystal ball, and she goes, it is only from mine to yours.
I see. Still, useful.
Yes. I will be trying also to reverse that the nastiness that was written on the door. I have to do so, though, carefully without destroying the door itself.
I will keep Euler up to date with our successes. Perhaps perhaps you will see signs in nature that things have gone wrong, or particularly well. One can only pray.
No. If I destroy the door, game over. He's reborn. That door is the last thing holding the demon prince at bay.
That's not what I was talking about, but
Oh, sorry.
I was being much more generic. I will be praying to Uller of our successes and failures. Perhaps if something goes horribly wrong or horribly right, signs in nature will tell her. One can only pray.
Yes. Might be. But I deal with more results than praying, unfortunately.
That'll happen when you've outlived most of the gods.
Actually, I have outlived about 50 of them at this point.
Maybe I should start praying to you.
I would not go that far.
Does Fenrir know anything of recent divine history?
About 100 years ago, about half of the gods for the Council of the Gods died.
Any updates other than that?
The rest of them, the half that were left, stayed in control. None of the lesser gods, the gods underneath the council, perished. That would be a god like, yours, who doesn't really stay within the council itself or makes any big decisions, but kind of has his own sort of influence. But the gods within the council are more of the big heavy hitters, like Zeus, and all of them, like the big, well-known gods.
Heavy hitter? Like, what's a good rule of thumb for whether or not a god is a heavy hitter?
Like very well-known, most people pray to them type of god. So like Zeus and Odin, who are very, very very up there.
Like,
I think it's mainly if we know of them in real life, if they've got a name that we recognize, they're probably big.
Recognize that name, then they're a big hitter.
Mm-hmm.
Because Uller is second only to Odin
Mm-hmm.
in that one, and I'm just like, wait, what's the line here? What's going on? But yeah, most people haven't heard them,
Yes.
so that makes sense. Okay, thanks.
Yep.
So we will make our way to there as quickly as possible.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh. There is one other thing. The Legion has, like I've said, they've thought to replace you, and they have. However, the replacement they have is not entirely loyal. You might
What makes
be
you say
able
that?
to use that.
I guess I'll just look at Nox, assuming that he knows more.
Yeah. Okay.
What connects a legion to the Lord is their allegiance to the demon lord who they worship. Make them doubt the demon lord, and the connection will break.
Permanently.
Well, if they decide to re-worship them, then they'd be able to be reconnected. I will say this will probably only work on the one who replaced you, as he is very new and has his own doubts that he has not sorted out yet.
Well, I'm walking proof that his position is not secure.
That is true. Use that. The rest of them, I'm afraid, you will have to kill. There's no real other way to say it.
I saw that.
All's fair in war.
Nox would look towards Aragar and be like, looks like you'll get your fights after all.
Yay! It's fighting time. Well, not now, but later. You know, yes. We will adventure!
And then he looks at him and chuckles with a smile. And then he like raises his arm awkwardly. He's like, yes. Adventure.
Yes.
What was that?
I believe we are. A warning. If you plan to go directly there, you will go through a very mountainous area. Be careful. Don't fall if you trudge that far. If you get out at the low desert, it will be easier. However, you will have to dodge sort of their border patrol. The Kingdom of Wolves border patrol. If you want to get it up to the safest route via the gates, it will take you longer, but you don't have to dodge border patrol. They are quite ruthless.
All things would be actually faster than a slightly less direct route.
As for
Rough
you,
terrain can
Fenrir,
happen.
the Silver Dagger has a very strong hold within the Kingdom of Ulf.
I know the risks.
They have
Kind
two
of just
divisions, to be exact. The Western Branch and the Capital Branch. Be warned. Whilst they do operate independently, their share of information is as if they are one unit. If you are discovered by one, you will be discovered by the other in no time. Alright. I guess that is that then.
What type of day is it?
It is now midday.
Do you think it would be best to travel directly here to the Kingdom of Ulf, or
It
Do you think that would-
be slightly harder due to the fact that you'll have to dodge Border Patrol. The Border Patrol is more, for you all, it would be more of a nuisance. But I will say one thing: if you get caught, don't fight. It'll only make things worse.
Alright. Do you think the mountains will be slower than a slightly less direct route?
Yes,
Rough terrain can have that effect.
very slow.
perhaps we should travel by coast?
Nox, you remember the last time you tried that, don't you?
I mean to travel along the coast to get there, as opposed to through the jungle.
Nox, do you remember what happened? Why Dante couldn't go directly to the Kingdom of Ulf through his ship?
Yeah, they had coastal defenses.
Exactly.
But we have like a month of traveling before we even get to their border.
I see what you're saying.
Prefer a direct route.
So
I was
we
thinking
could like
you were going to go just directly into there via boat, and I was going to say, do you remember why you guys couldn't do that before?
yeah, like we could literally go at least like 12
Does
days.
rainforest travel like half speed compared to open land travel? Because then going around it might literally be faster.
Sea will be faster.
Like, even given the extra distance, sea will be faster.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take the fastest route we can find.
Although it would be more like this. I think it's shift, isn't it? What's the control?
Yeah.
Right click.
Oh. It would be more like this kind of travel. And then you'd have to travel inland here. And then take some time and then go in.
I don't see how we'd get a ship from an abandoned town though.
You don't have to happen to have one in your suitcase, do you?
I haven't crafted one yet, no. Though it's becoming increasingly more likely that I may make a boat of some kind. Because we're often going by river and sea these days. However, I do think if we travel along the coast, head inland, and then use the rivers to enter the Kingdom of Wolves, it may give us a chance.
Maybe.
All right. Well, then I suppose we should make our way and not lose any time. We're pushing our luck as it is. I will pray to Uller and update him on our plans at midnight as customary.
Yes. You should be on your way. As should I. I have some more investigating to do myself. I will bid you all adieu.
Stay safe.
As she puts her scarf back on and walks out of the building with two cats following behind her on her right and on her left. And that is where we're going to end it for today.
Everyone's just gonna ask what's with the cats.
Oh, we call her the crazy cat lady. There's 100 more.
More like thousands.
Nox would just chuckle at that. And she doesn't miss a thing.
Fenrir's weirded out, but he's trusting her entirely because the druid trusts her. For no other reason.
All right. That is going to be it, and I will bid you all adieu. Goodbye.
Bye.
Ciao.